Alright guys, Winter Weasel back today here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park off the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail, guys. And I'm going to take you up here off and show you something that most people don't know about, have never seen, that is kind of neat. It is what they used to call the Voorheis Estate here up in the woods out of Gatlinburg on the Motor Nature Trail at Twin Creek Science Center. Guys, behind me you'll see this looks like a brick-like thing standing that looks like an old sign. It is actually not an old sign. This used to be a swimming hole for the estates. I will show you a little bit about it, and then I've got a very little special thing that this area is known for that I will tell you about when I get you to it up here in the woods. Guys, as you see this like cinder block rock looking thing, this used to be a swimming pool for the estates. As you can see, the ground is kind of dipped, and at the bottom there is like a concrete wall, like a dam. That would have been the bottom end of the swimming hole, and that rock looking thing, it's like a sign or plaque looking thing, would have been the head end of the swimming hole, guys. So guys, the Voorheis Estate actually predates the national park. They sold it to the national park, is that correct? The national park inherited it through them selling it to them when the national park became in the beans in the 1930s. Is that correct? Okay. Guys, the swimming hole here for the estates, there was a natural spring and they dammed it up. Actually, right up here, I'll show you the spring right in behind it, but they dammed them up in an area here for a swimming hole for the estates, guys. So pretty interesting, really is. I mean, heck, they ought to do that nowadays. As you can see behind the head of where the swimming hole was, you'll see a creek which used to be the stream that fed it here out of the mountains. I'll show you a little bit more. You can see the stream right here as we come up through, and the bridge that we're going across. This stream is what fed the swimming hole for the estate. But guys, we're going to take you over here in the woods and show you something very interesting. I will tell you what it is once we're there. Alright guys, we're back here to the woods and on the trail, and I'm going to take you up the trail. I'm getting ready to show you something very special about this area. Yeah, I know, it's one of your favorite places, which it is pretty cool. It is really that. Guys, I would advise if you come here to this, it don't matter if it's summertime or wintertime, springtime, fall time, whatever, bring old shoes. Cause, yeah, be careful. Like, it's not a bad trail, it's just wet and a little slick.
There's a reason it's wet.
Yeah. Guys, if you can see through the trees, you see this little look like a building type thing back in the hillside. I will zoom in on it. This is why I brought you. This is called the Fairy House. It is a spring house that was built in to the side of the mountain here, and the spring house was used for the estates and such to keep their items that needed to be cooled and such, and also this fed into that stream down there that they had the pool.
And it's amazing because it predates the foundation of the national park.
Yeah.
Like it was built before the national park existed.
Yeah. So a little history there for you guys. Guys, this is off Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail up out of Gatlinburg on the right. Guys, we was here a few years back in the springtime, actually Easter weekend, and it was actually a little bit growed up, but it seems like more people have started finding it, so the trail is kind of beat out quite a bit more. But guys, this is a really interesting little find for you. Kind of like I showed you in an earlier video of the old Cadillac up on Middle Prong Trail in the National Park. And also the Troll Bridge in Elkmont, guys. Guys, there's just unique little things in the National Park down here in the Great Smoky Mountains for you to find that is really cool. And guys, that is the ferry house. I'll take you on up here closer to it. I'll take you all the way up here to it, guys. Okay, guys, I've got you up here a little bit closer. We're going to continue to climb. There is some old steps. I don't know how stable they are. I'm trying to use them in hopes that we don't fall. Oh, they're a little steep too. It's a little bit of a hike up here, guys. Not too bad, but just uphill. That's the biggest problem with it. And you're at the ferry house. Wow. Guys, the last time I was here, this thing was filthy. They've cleaned it up since we was here a couple years ago, and I'm grateful for them doing that. But you can see the natural spring coming right here out of the ground. Yeah, it's echoing in here. I apologize for the echo. But guys, this is pretty cool. It really is. Yeah, they had electricity running up here for lights and such. I don't know what is in behind it. I've never been actually up in behind it, but we're going to go check it out. But as you can see, the water coming in to right there and draining out down through the natural spring. Like I said, this is where they kept their items that needed to be cooled, was in the ferry house. Guys, this is wild that they built something like this back in the early 1900s. Like I said, it predates the national park of the 1930s. It's just really, really cool. Oh, right there is your power, guys. It used to come to it. You can see the old breaker box and such. I don't think it's been too many years that they hadn't had power up here. It looks not too more than 20 years. But as you can tell, the ferry house. Pretty neat, guys. Pretty neat. I'm going to try to get you over here to show you a little better view from the side. Okay, guys, I got you a little bit different angle than I told you I was going to try to get you to. The hillside is pretty steep and it's slick right now because it's wet. I was trying to slip and slide, so we don't want to have an accident fall. So I can get you this angle from the ferry house. Like I said, that's pretty amazing. Something that's been built in the early 1900s, probably late 1800s actually. I'm not real for sure when the actual date of it being built. But something like this that's back up here in the mountain, in the woods, built at that time frame, you know, they've either had to pack material or horseback or mule the material up here to build something like this. That's the only way they could have. Just really, really cool, guys. Something I just wanted to share with you. The ferry house here off of Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, in the national park. So guys, If you like the vlog, give it a thumbs up. Also ring that notification bell. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. If you're new here, we do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. So guys, thanks for coming along today with us to the Fair House in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And this is the Wandering Weasel signing off.